Just wait for Twitch to catch up. YouTube always gets there first, and we're online on YouTube and Twitch. So, hello and welcome to the Savvy Gadgetz channel with me, Ian, otherwise known as Ven, and Project Zomboid. Now, last week was pretty successful. We managed to take the van out, get lots of petrol, find some of the books that we were missing. And, hey, Supertone Man, good morning. Have you had a good week? My week's been okay, thank you very much. It was right on the ball today, mate, I have to say. It's like, I've only literally just started the stream, and there you are. How are you getting on with Project Zomboid yourself? So, as usual, we are playing around West Point, and I've built a base, or started a base up here at this building here. Now, it's nice that the map Project Zomboid, or the map.projectzomboid.com, they've updated some of the points of interest in Louisville. As you can see, there's quite a few there. So it's like Lickery, Back to Nature, Go Flash, Sweet Pea, and Hit Vids. And lots more points of interest in general around, including the nightclub that we visited in my previous playthroughs. And not forgetting that if you're looking for a good place to land a base, and end of the bridge, get a sledgehammer, knock your way through the barriers just here. So take out one of them, and then get through one of those, and then you've got a single entry to a base. But then you've got to remember, if you do attract a large crowd with you, you've got nowhere to run. But other than that, you can fish off the sides, and obviously get water off the sides as well. And generally, there was nothing heading up that way. It's almost as if it's like an out of bounds area for zombies. It may or may not be the case. So, sandbox 9 days. Okay, cool. That's always good. That's, you know, I've tried to use one character to then help another score a goal when that other character dies. So today, what we might do, because I'm trying to focus on base protection, so there'll be some we'll be doing some carpentry. I'll be trying to get my water plumbed in, but it may actually mean a visit to my old base, which is that one just there. So I might go and raid that for fun. Now, I'm pretty sure my other character, the one that was here previously, yeah, well, absolutely, was around this area, and hopefully we might be able to take them down and get our gear back, or at least raid this. It's not a long drive by any stretch of the imagination, because it's literally down there, so it's not bad. And we've got plenty of petrol in our van, thanks to our work last week. So, let's get our builder going. So I don't quite know what my character was doing last. But, so we're going to start fortifying the windows, that kind of thing. I need to build up the platform above the sink on the second floor, so that we can get some fresh water plumbed in. But I need to build up my carpentry skills first, so that I stand a chance of, because you can see this platform I've been building out here is actually over. Alright, so I just need to put a water barrel just there. I've got the prerequisite dustbin bags. I just don't have the skill for it at the minute. So if we check out my skills, my carpentry, oh, I'm not far off of it, mind though. Yeah, it's a good place. So the place that Supertone's talking about over in Rosewood is where I've previously had characters. So that's Muldra, just there. I've no idea what they would call it, some sort of campus. I have visited there. It's chock full of Z's, so it's to be avoided. So what Supertone's talking about is this is Rosewood. Now on the outskirts, I made a base out of the fire department. That was really good. That worked out well. But I actually do have my previous characters. Now you've got to remember that the character that I'm playing at the moment started the game after these characters had been there for 3 months. So that made life a lot harder for them. But this base is great because it's right by a lake. There's plenty of foraging area. There's a gas station just here. It's a really, really, really good place to start. And you can even walk this. And I have done several times. It takes about 5 minutes. I did come across too many zombies. And Bella has just entered the room. Hey, Belle, you alright? Bella's my Black Labrador. One of my Black Labradors. And oh, we've got the other one as well. We've got Jetty. We've got Bella and Jet. Oh, that's highly unusual. But that's where we're at the minute. So I do actually have, I believe, a fire axe, but I'm going to actually make one. If I haven't already. Oh, there's lots of excitement going on. It's very exciting around here. I also need to forage, so let's go. Yeah, stone axe. Okay, we will equip in both hands the stone axe. And this isn't going to last very long, but I'm going to cut down some trees with it because I'm fed up of this debris. Do some gardening. Oh, well, that was really useful. Because actually making axes does increase your carpentry, just like making spears does. So if I go tree branch and I go make a stone axe and I make 7 of them, hopefully then I won't actually run out, because that was pathetic. Might have used it before, but these should help me level my... Oh, they're not. That's disappointing. Well, I'm grossly overloaded at the minute now, so... Thankfully there's no Z's around, so it's not so much of a problem, but when you are overloaded by a lot... See, look, it's broken. It didn't last 5 minutes. It lasted a few swings and that was it. That's how awful it was. Right, so let's go back to cutting down this tree. That one. Yeah, that's it. Grab an axe. Now, because I'm overloaded, my heart icon is shaking from side to side, and that's because it's telling me I'm taking damage from being overloaded. And the more overloaded you are, the quicker this will go down. Eventually you'll end up with like a broken bone symbol. As you can see, I've now got moderate exertion. I've got 2 broken stone axes. We'll bung those on the floor. And that will help alleviate the load that I'm carrying. There we go, right, put those on the floor. But now I'm getting plenty of logs. I'll have plenty of, because I've got a saw, I'll have plenty of logs to play with. Got some planks. As you can see, I've already built a composter here. Cut the tree down with your other axe. Now obviously the more exerted you are, the less likely it is that you're able to run away from anything. And here's a bit of a pro tip: if you are starting out playing Project Zomboid, don't go straight for survival mode. Always go for either a sandbox mode of your own making, because you can weaken the zombies and strengthen the character, build up the XP, so you can actually learn the mechanics of the game, because they're not exactly straightforward. But you can actually outwalk zombies. If you're crouching, they will catch you. If you're actually standing upright, and you're walking away from them, you will actually eventually outwalk them. And if you're not overloaded, you won't get exerted. You'll just be able to continue walking. So you can get some distance between you and the Z's, and you know, just basically stroll away. So this week I'm drinking Coke and coffee, the usual Coke Zero, and I've got some Golden Wonder crisps, some smoky charcoal steak. I'm not endorsed by Coke or Golden Wonder or Walkers or anyone else. Maybe one day. Okay, right, so let's see where we at the minute. 2 broken stone axes, they can also go on the floor, like that. And now we're a lot less overloaded, getting thirsty. But we've got plenty of logs now. I'm really disappointed my carpentry skill hasn't gone up at all with that. As with that, thank you. Having been invaded by the dog, my lovely wife has just shut the door for me. Now, interesting you mentioned axes. I was looking at some videos this week, I think it was this week, and it was a live play off of, well, because I'm on the Discord for Project Zomboid, and I was watching a live play on there, and basically, no, don't pick it up, That's silly talk. I want you to saw the log. Thank you. Right. And they had a mod with the tactical weapons on it. So they had a tactical axe and a tactical this and a tactical that. So it was quite interesting. And you can actually find tactical weapons on the workshop mods store. I haven't installed it. I'm not using it. If you want to install a really useful mod, I can recommend Book Collection. It is by far one of the most used by myself, certainly. My character's leg's looking pretty dodgy. Let's have a look at these pants. They're not that bad. I've got a hole in the right thigh though, like I thought, and it actually shows that, which is nice. You can see that there's the hole there. You can see, you can see there's a hole in the right thigh, so my right thigh isn't protected. So at some point I need to get some fabric and repair that. Alright, so we've got planks. We still need lots of... Oh God, we're nowhere near getting the XP. What's our XP on this? We've got the biggest multiplier, so it's just a case of doing lots of carpentry. In the meantime, food and hunger is also an issue. As I don't think I've actually got any. I've got some pine cones and some twigs and some branches, and that's about the length of it. Some drink from the drink. We really need to sort of like work on fishing this week as well. So let's go into inspect mode. Oh, right. This is interesting. This is new. This has obviously been updated, so you can actually go. This is great. You used to be able to, when you were foraging, right-click the ground, and you could say, I actually want to find this, that, or the other, and the character will just randomly find them, and they'll just stand in the same spot. But now you have to move around, do all the rest of it yourself. However, this week they've actually updated the ability to say, hey, I actually want to look for a specific item. Maybe they've been watching my screens, my streams, because I have complained about this more than once. Right, so berries. Firewood is gone. Berries are rare, so we need to move into a lower vegetation. So vegetation area where berries are still rare. If they're rare in vegetation, they're rare in deep forest, they're rare in forest. Where the bloody hell are you supposed to find them? So mushrooms and berries are rare, but that's what I'm after. I'm after food. Right, now so with foraging, if you aim with your mouse, you get a bonus. Now, foraging is affected by quite a few bits and bobs. If you check out the foraging tips, it'll actually say things like sometimes they're harder to identify foraging skills. Your foraging skill levels affects what you can find. Keep leveling. Looking for something special, use the search focus to increase your chance of finding a selected category. That's the new bit. Check relevant and logical locations for items. For example, chipstones are often found in cracks on potholes on the roads. Firewood can be gathered in forests. Stones are more commonly found on roads. Finding items. Search areas regularly. Travelling while searching will reveal more items. Avoid walking in circles. To find items, you must be able to see it. Moving through trees risks injury. Try searching clearing some paths. Berries are most common in forests. The herbalist skill will help identify safe to eat varieties. Or you can just read the magazines. It's difficult to forage in the dark. Bring a torch to light up the night. So light up the zombies as well. Mushrooms are most common in forests. They're most common after it rains. That's new. The herbalist skill helps identify edible varieties. These tips unlock... Alright, and then... So, here's the next bit. It's this vision effectiveness. So, this gives you a rundown of the effects that are on your character at the moment. So, foraging is also affected by the mood of your character. The mood of my character is pretty grim at the minute, it has to be said. So that's going to have an effect, although it doesn't seem to be having a massive effect. I'm not getting a crouching bonus. Now, what if I aim? I'm not getting an aiming bonus either. That's new. See, that's different from last week. Last week you got a bonus if you were crouching, and if you were aiming you got like 10, plus 10 or plus 33, depending on whether you were crouching. That gave you plus 10 or 33 from the aiming mode. So that's interesting, if nothing else. Drop the pine cones. Not in the box. Oh well, though at least I'll be safe in the box, I suppose. Let's drop the axes, because I don't really need those at the moment. Stone axes, they can go on the floor. I said the floor. Maybe I can't because there's too much. Let's try it again. On the floor. There we go. That's better. And then we can equip our mainstay weapon. Right, so I'm no longer overexerted. I am feeling queasy, and that's because I drank the water from the river. That's the only source of water I've got at the minute. And I'm excessive exertion, can barely walk. So I better actually have a rest for a minute or something. So I'm going to go and read a book for a while and perhaps find something to eat out of my larder. So let's have a look at the fishing. Let's bring that up here so we can see. One of these was really bad. Fishing, that's got the maximum multiplier. That one, trapping. Now I don't actually have any traps at the moment, so I can actually perhaps try and build some traps. I don't actually have any bait at the minute either. Carpentry was at the top. Cooking is top, but I need to read foraging more than anything. I need foraging level 3 book, and this is where the book collection comes in handy, because it labels them volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, so on and so forth. And let's just do that. That might help. The green screen problem. So foraging level 3, so I am missing foraging level 5. So we'll start reading that now. My character, when I built it, is a slow reader, which is a bit of a shame. So what we'll do is, whilst doing that, speed that up a bit, and hopefully that means they won't become exerted anymore. They won't become more hungry and thirsty. But I'm not in too much danger from Z's at the moment. It's getting late. I haven't got anything to build, to eat, other than what's in the shelvings, in the larder. But I'm very tired, ridiculously tired, so tired, desperately, inhumanly tired. Right, okay, so let's go find something to eat quick. And I know I've got a pot of water somewhere. So I can drink some fresh water, drink that. I know there's not much of it, but once I drink it sideways, so I just shove the bucket in your face. And oh, there's not much water left in there, but that can go back in there. It just means it's not heavy. Right, so we now can eat some dog food. No, not dog food. Canned carrots. I'm getting through quite a lot of my food at the minute because my it's not going to give me a minus or hit to my happiness. This is good. So we will also open some canned corn. Open some canned corn. This is why we need to go fishing. This is why we need to go up our foraging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split between foraging in the morning, fishing in the afternoon, if I can. Alright, and is the front door locked? Right, yeah, fine. It's at least shut. And now I always use this bedroom at the front, and the reason is it's furthest away from the stairs. So if zombies do actually break in, they're less likely to come at me in this room to start off with. You're likely to hear them first. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock in the morning. This is good. Right, so it is dark outside. Right, so let's grab some of our bait from in here. So this is so anything that vaguely looks like a cockroach, a cricket, a grasshopper, worms. There we go, worms. So you can all go in there because all of that is bait. I know I've got some lures, but I'm trying not to use them. And there's nothing else there. That's fine. So if you're foraging and you find frogs, they're really useful because like animals, if you find animals when you're foraging, so cockroaches, grasshoppers, that kind of thing, they're really useful. And it's all really useful because yeah, technically you can eat them, although I don't advise it. But frogs in particular, if you have a knife, you can fillet them and they're usable meat. But the great thing about a frog is once you've caught it, you can put it in a shelf or put it in a cupboard and it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't go rotten, it doesn't die. So it's like a source of fresh meat and you don't have to go anywhere for it. It's in your cupboard. So that's really, 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 really useful. So all of these cockroaches, crickets and worms can go in there. Now you find cockroaches, crickets, grasshoppers and that through foraging. Yeah, it's one of those things in the game. It's something that I found out whilst doing foraging, that it's all of a sudden it started giving us frogs. It's like, okay, and then I found out you could fillet them, but then you can actually stash and store them, and they don't move away and they don't die. They're just really useful. Anyway, Senator, thank you for joining the channel. Thanks for getting on the chat. How are you? Hope you're all right. Welcome to Savvy Gadgets, if you've not been here before. So if you want worms to go fishing with, one of the best ways to get worms is to actually have one of these compost things and just put stuff in it, and then eventually worms will turn up when things start getting rotted down. Okay, so it's still too dark to forage. I'm hungry, so let's open up another can or something. This is beginning to get repetitive. I'm getting through all of my food that I've stored, which is bad. Which means at some point I'm going to have to go and raid some more houses in West Point. It's uncomfortably wind chill. It's feeling 10 to 15 degrees colder than it actually is. Right. Okay, so let's get our forage on. Let's get some foraging done this morning. It's interesting that it did say forests were the best place for mushrooms and berries and things like that. However, according to this, mushrooms are rare, berries are rare, but it's the most common place to find them. Weird. Right. So let's see. Right. So weather effect. Okay. So it's cold. The darkness effect. -23 there. Isn't it? I need it to start brightening up a bit. But that doesn't mean you can't find something. It just means it's less likely. See? Found something there. Okay. It's chipstone. I'll pick up the chipstone because you can make stuff with chipstones. Foraging's gone up nicely. Still need to read the foraging. 6:40 in the morning and the sun hasn't come up yet. That's rare. So we're now in a vegetation area, and mushrooms and berries are still rare. Now, because I've got the outdoorsman trait on this character, they're less likely to get damaged by walking through trees and things like that. Now I'm holding the right mouse button to aim. This is supposed to give us a bonus, and it is giving us a 33 bonus at the minute, plus 33. So as soon as it starts getting daylight again. It's 7 o'clock and it's still dark. No, this is all to do with the seasons. Now focused on berries. Right, so what's this? We found a chipstone! Yay! Just what I've always wanted. Just pop it in your mouth and lose all your teeth. It's a shame it doesn't sort of give you some. I mean, it's fair enough that I guess that the game is saying, hey, if you go to these sort of places, you're more likely to find them. But you know, it'd be nice if foraging actually sort of like, I don't want the twigs, sort of like guided you towards what you were looking for. You know, you're more likely to find them under trees or in clearings or something like that. You know, the more of an expert forager you become. Can't believe it's still dark. As if this game wasn't hard enough. In the dark, it's like they're going to increase the darkness. They're going to lengthen it out. Okay, we found another pine cone. The joy of pine cones. Very useful for firewood. Not great for XP though, has to be said. Right, it is actually beginning to lighten up a bit now. Now, foraging in the dark is a bad idea. Come on. You know you want to find food. Failing that, we're going to have to go fishing. Try and increase our fishing skills. And then this evening try and work on some carpentry. Which I know in deep forest where mushrooms and berries are rare, but... What's this? It is in fact a stone. Yay. Just what I've always wanted. However, they are used for making axes, so very useful. Come on. Stop finding sticks and stones. And it's still dark. Oh, no, it's not. According to this, the darkness is no longer having an effect. Oh, hello, what's this? We've found some twigs. Yay! No, not yay. Discard those. This isn't going very well. And for some reason we're in an urban area now. It's swapped over. Where food is common. And berries and wild plants are extremely rare. There's a surprise. This is ridiculous. Maybe if I... Oh, hello. Hello? What's this? What's this over here? It's a sticky. And then there's something over here. It's a stone. Oh, for God's sake, stop finding sticks and stones. Good for breaking zombie bones, but they're not good for eating. Twigs. More twigs. Seriously? No, it's because I've just changed it over to a... Don't bother with that. Right, we'll come back and do some more of this later on. Because this is getting me nowhere. My character's getting hungry and thirsty. So we're going to go fishing. And we'll probably catch a pair of shoes fishing. Because that's how good my character is at fishing. It's like, really? Right, let's just take a drink out of here. Close the inspection window, at least that's sorted out. Right, so I have loads of fishing gear in the back of that truck where I stored all of my bait, basically. Which is just over here. Foraging is really useful when it actually provides you with food. It seems to have gone downhill this week. Right, so do I have a spear? No, right, okay, so spear, because we'll do some perhaps some of that. Go grab one of the rods, the line, the spear, the cockroaches, the grasshoppers, and the worms, and we will put those all in there like that. So if we run out of our rod breaks or we run out of fishing line, then we need to spearfish rather than fish. Right, so fishing. Nice and simple. If you've got a spear and that's all you've got, then just use a spear. If you've got a fishing rod, you can then use tackle that you have in your inventory. So the character will just stand there and fish. So it says there's an abundance of 95% fish. But you only get XP if you catch something. Now it should pop up in this little dialogue here and say what I have actually caught. So I'll just speed it up a bit. Because I've no doubt the only thing that I'll catch is a pair of shoes. Because that's what I usually catch with a cockroach. Like, because I drank out of the river, I'm feeling a bit queasy, a bit sick. Come on, catch something at the very least. Let's have a look at our skills. Our fishing is next to nothing. It's getting nowhere fast at this rate as well. Look at it. Catch something. I don't know whether there's actually a... Ah! Tolmart, hello! Welcome back. I'm desperately trying to find food and catch fish and not starve, basically. How have you been getting on with Project Zomboid since last week? Unbelievable how useless this character is at fishing. I'm going to have to go. You could eat a horse right now, that's usually a bad sign. Right, so I've actually run out of cockroaches. Even though I haven't caught anything. Yeah, I've now, run out of crickets? Oh, I've used the crickets. The crickets have now been moved into my... This is thoroughly disappointing. Right, really hungry, really thirsty. Better go find something to eat, because that's an absolute disaster from a survival perspective. You're going to die because you can't find any food. Like I say, if the worst comes to the worst, we can always go and get some. Go raid some houses in West Point for food. We're not desperate at the moment. You can. The roasting tin is amazing. Basically, you just cook a roast, basically, but you can put just about anything you like in it. So, I mean, even standing here with my empty bowl, although there's food in there, I can actually create a salad from a random condiment. Did I actually catch anything? I wonder what he means by random meat. Does that mean cockroaches and grasshoppers? Ooh. As the senator says, not eating frogs. Probably not going to eat cockroaches and grasshoppers either. Right, so let's open canned tomatoes. Eat that. At least that'll keep me alive for a little bit longer. Got some potatoes. Can of potatoes. Now I'm keeping the chocolate for when I actually find some traps. Right, so let's try some more fishing. At least if we run out of bait, then at least we can say we've tried with all of our bait. But it's a bit ridiculous we haven't actually caught anything. We'd have thought even at its most basic level of fishing you'd have found something, or caught something. It'd be a bit rubbish if you had to be like a level 6 fisherman before you actually caught anything decent. Yeah, with roasting pans, what you can do is you can put vegetables in them, so mushrooms, but you can also add meat and mushrooms and salt and pepper as a spice, and that's really useful because that really reduces your hunger amount once you've cooked it. They are really useful roasting pans. Always good to grab one if you find one. I don't think I've actually got one. But... And we've run out of lures, and we didn't catch anything. That's really, really, really disappointing. You're the world's worst fisherman. Alright, so the spear and the line can go back in there. And the fishing rod. Now I've got tackle. Attached to fishing rod before use. Okay, fine. Alright, so it's getting dark now. It's getting dark really quick. I haven't had much daylight. Right, let's see if we can go and sabotage something and upgrade our carpentry a bit. As you can see, I've actually mullered my way through this house. Oh no, I haven't. There we go. Let's disassemble a purple wooden chair. At least if we can get this week, get our water working, that's something rather than nothing. Still need to read my foraging book. Got a long way to go on my carpentry. I just know I'm going to run out of things to disassemble, and I'm going to have to start assembling things to then disassemble them, to then assemble them again. But we're not even halfway there yet. So we might take the van and go and raid our old house for food, because I know there was a stash of food there. See what we can find back in Westy Pointy. So this is putting up my carpentry skill nicely, because I've read the book. I've got quite a good multiplier on this. Unfortunately, I've got an awful long way to go on that. That's something I need to work on during the week. I have been rather distracted this week by playing Warzone a lot. And it's been a double XP is on at the moment, so I've been absolutely caning my way through that. I'm not very good at it, let's be fair, but at the same time, I still enjoy it. Whoops. Is there anything up here that I can oh yes. We will disassemble that Whiteman chair, this thing, and that bed. And the doors. Right, so if you are on the chat and you've got any questions, get on the chat, say hi and ask. I'll always try and demonstrate something if I'm able to, or at least explain it to some degree. If you are new to Project Zomboid, then start in builder mode or do yourself a sandbox. If you get bitten, don't forget you can rip up clothes from dead zombies and turn them into turn rip sheets into bandages. You can disinfect bandages with disinfectant and with bourbon. so that you have then a disinfected bandage to put on any infected wounds. That will help keep them clean. If you watch my live streams, then foraging, fishing, and all the other bits and pieces that the game, to help you get through the game, I do. Right, so like I say, this is something I'm going to have to do. Let's dismantle this door. So all of this helps towards my carpentry skill. Once I get it up to level 4, I can actually build a rain catcher barrel. And on the rain catcher barrel, I've built a platform because the water ran out months ago. Some of the taps still have water in them, but to get fresh water, what you can do is if you build a rain catcher barrel on the level above a sink or a, you know, with taps, or even like, I guess it would work with a bath, I don't know. But then you, with a pipe wrench, once you've built the rain catcher barrel on the sort of level above within the 8 squares around the sink, you can actually, with a pipe wrench, plumb that in, and when it rains, the rain comes into the rain catcher barrel, but when it comes out of the tap, it comes out as fresh, clean water. Which is where I'm trying to get to today, but it's like, I don't think we're going to do this because I am so short on the skill. And food and water, apparently. So I think we will go and raid our old stash house. I think that's the best idea. Our crowbar is still in very good condition and it has served us well. Oh, you never know, might even pick up the mask that I'm after, because if you've got a welding mask and a propane torch, you stand a chance of taking another sink out. I can take another sink out, put it in my house, then have 2 rain catcher barrels and 2 sinks plumbed up with water, so I've got most of the water then. Also, I can put a rain catcher barrel on the floor where I'm intending to do gardening, sow some seeds. So I could perhaps do that. And I've got a bucket after all. I can always water with a bucket. I've got some carrots. I think I've got some broccoli. At least that is a source of food, if nothing else. But it's getting late. I've upgraded my carpentry a bit, you know. Oh, go through the door before you shut it. It's always good. Right, let's get something that we can drink. And then tomorrow, let's raid a stash house. Raid my old stash. Right, so the cooker contains my water. Let's drink that. It probably won't give me enough. Yep, that practically gave me nothing. Alright, fair enough. So you can create stews with pots as well, cooking pots. But I'm generally using just to hold fresh water. So you're actually drinking that properly. Right, so let's... can of chili. Yeah, that's it. Just shove the can straight in your face. Wallop. That's how you do it. Okay, so we're just tired at the minute, so let's continue reading our book. Speed that up. And then... So... No, I won't do that. So now we should be getting more experience from our foraging when we do it. So it's now up to 3.2. 12 o'clock in the morning. Now we can sort of walk away and go to bed. And then we can continue reading that another night. And that will continue where it left off. Good grief for sleeping in this morning. Oh, it's snowing. Look, there we go. Forgot to shut the door, that was bad. Maybe I could find some new trousers. Or something to patch my trousers up with. Right, let's drink some water and have something to eat. Then go raid. Go on the raid. Because I doubt I'm going to find anything in the snow. But I will put the bucket outside on the floor. You never know, you might actually catch some snow. Hey, jump over the fence for no apparent reason. I've actually got a bucket over here. I'll place the item just there. Right, so let's get something to eat. I honestly don't know, but I would expect so. And I've got a trowel somewhere. So, there we go. Right, so screwdriver, saw, hammer, lighter. I don't need any of those immediately, so they can all go in there. The chipstone I can drop, the pine cones I can drop, the stone I can drop. So let's drop those over here. Right, so chipstone, pine cones, stones and tree branches. Now I've actually got... That way I'll be able to carry more. At least in the van. Good old spiffo. I can increase the heating. I always hate driving down the screen or up the screen, because it's always opposite to the way that you want to turn. I quite often find myself pushing the wrong button and then piling into a tree. So NPCs are coming to Project Zomboid. What they've tested, and they've been working on this for a while, to be fair, but it's all part of building a community. So you'll have NPCs doing little jobs for you. So you'll have one doing something, and this is all part of being able to start the game much later on after the initial zombie apocalypse event. They've introduced, I've seen pictures of cows and sheep, so you know, sort of like more sort of animal farming is coming into it. So there will be crops and that, I guess. But the NPCs will have their own stories, their own lives, and even though they may not be on screen, they yeah, get out the way. It's crawling across the road. Even though they may not be on screen, their sort of like stories will continue from what they were saying. And this was from a video that was done by Mr. Atomic Duck, who does some absolutely fantastic videos. Right, so I need to turn at the next turning, because we're almost there after this car. Dive in here. Here's some things I killed earlier. Right, so by my reckoning, just pause the game there. We should be almost there. Right, so it's there, and I think we're here. So I think we need to sort of come down this road and round this corner. So, and that looks suspiciously like it. Yeah, there we go. So a couple of Z's. This is good. A lot of Z's. That is bad. So I'm going to try and do. It's probably not going to work out because there's that one. Alright, well that one I can probably get rid of. Alright, so the idea here is to lose line of sight. So by running through the school, all the other zombies have gone around the other side, whilst I dive out through this door. Though there's a few stragglers, I can take a few stragglers. Again, I can use line of sight because zombies use line of sight just like I do. Come on, you in the checkered shirt. I'm over here. Right. So, if you've knocked a zombie down and you're facing more than one, if you're standing on the zombie's chest like I am right now, they can't get up, they can't attack you, which allows you to fight off another zombie, or you can just take care of them. Pick up the watch. I'm going to grab that because you dismantle that. Right, so this shows this now. When I get rid of this one, who's finally decided to join the party. If you need bandages, you need. You see, this says bloody. It says lumberjack shirt bloody. You can't use that. That creates a dirty bandage. So what you need is to right click a clean item of clothing and then go rip clothing. And what this will do is it will actually create for you ripped sheets. So there, I've got ripped sheets. And then when you get damaged, you open up this menu for the heart, and you'll have a list of damaged limbs and cuts and bruises down there. You right click on it and it gets you to choose your bandage. You just say bandage it up with ripped sheets and job's done. Right, so let's see where we're at now. There wasn't anything in this house before. Alright, another couple of Z's. This isn't too bad. At some point I'm hoping my sneak will get better. Oh look, I ran over my letterbox. Let's back up a little bit, get him off the road, because missed. Right, so this is my stash house. My home away from home. Right, so we have Lots of magazines and foraging and other books which we might grab. I don't think I need all of those. That's bad, the window smashed. Shut the door. Because what we're actually after... Seriously? Dismantle the watch. Is there a watch going off in here? Just grab them all. Grab the baseball bat. Grab the baking tray. Grab all of it and just leave the broken baseball bat. I don't need that. Oh, I can drink from the water as well. That's handy. Right, so the broken baseball bat. All of that in there. Oh, I can't. Right, okay, fine, good. So now I can put that all in there. Let's see what else there is. Nice hand axe, so that's good. Empty bucket, useful. And not much else. Okay, so the bucket's useful at the very least. And wait a minute, get some lipstick. Or some black hair dye. Oh yeah. Right, we might come back for the books, but we are grossly overloaded, so I need to get rid of this stuff pronto. I need to offload it into the back of my van, which hopefully isn't surrounded by zombies. Doesn't look like it, so I think we're good. That's all in the back of my van. Are you joking? Transfer all of that, I suppose. Oh, got some twine. Don't screw saw. The lighter's staying with me. The meat cleaver's staying with me. And I think that's everything. I think everything else can. Oh, I don't need that. I think everything else can go in the back there. Oh, lots of crafted spears. I knew I had food somewhere else. Yeah, you can survive any apocalypse with that. You know, as long as you've got hair and lips, you're fine. Right, so the classic wristwatch isn't useful. Oh, I've transferred the foraging book. That's bad. That was dumb. That back. That can go on the floor. Don't need it. Right. Okay. So screwdriver. What happened to my hammer? The hammer stays with me as well. Right. Okay. So we've got some unfriendly coming this way, which we will take care. Take care of him. Hello. I've got you, buddy. With this crowbar. I'll take care of you. Cigarettes. Always pick up cigarettes. I know it sounds a bit weird, but they make a pesticide. I found out, much to my woe in a previous playthrough, that I needed a pesticide, and I thought it would be... You would use something like, you know, rotten food or poisonous berries. Poisonous berries, that was it. I thought, yeah, if you've got poisonous berries, surely you'll be alright. No. It's not a thing. I had to go hunting for cigarettes. Just like I had to go hunting for lighters the other week, you know. So right. So learn to empty your van. So I'm going to have the bucket, and I'm going to grab the bleach as well. Because you can actually use the bleach to clean, but you can actually empty the bleach bottle, clean it out, and then you've got a another container. Let's grab all of that. That can all go in the back of the car, back of the van. And any duplicates I've got, it's absolutely fine and dandy, because what I can do is I can actually use them for fuel on the fire, which is great. Right, now I don't think I had the key to this car here. Oh, maybe I do. Let's sit in the driver's seat. Oh, I don't have the key for it. That's very disappointing. It's another candidate for hot wiring, so mechanics and electrics are needed there. Right, so that. Foraging, volume 3, standards, mechanics, tailoring, and the hunter magazine. So all of that can all go in there. That's all hurting me quite a lot, has to be said. Now, because you can see that I've got the bone icon. Discomfort, something doesn't feel right, and that's because I've been overloaded. I've got minor damage. I'm not ill or anything like that. Digital watch, flashlight, hand axe, the premium technologies. That can all go in there as well. Don't need to be carrying that around. Right, so let's see if we can go and find our old character now that we've loaded up. Well, this makes me wonder, when the car doesn't start immediately, just how much damage it's got done to it. Right, so we're looking in this kind of an area, and probably at that mob just there. Yeah, they're useful for, you can light fires with them and all sorts. Right, so none of those are my previous character, because they're not carrying a bag. So it's probably somewhere else. Now, I don't want to track too many of these, but I want to fight them. So 1 or 2's fine. 3 or 4's a bit of a problem, but it's doable. Right, let's go take this one. So we use the backing off technique. That's one down. Right, so here's that technique. Standing on the chest, they can't attack you. And that went overly well. See what they've got. Nothing useful. Let's see if we can take out a few more. Right, so the classic watches you can't actually dismantle. They don't help towards your electronic skill at all. Oh, hello. You've come to join the party, have you? Well, if that's the case, you can meet my friend Crowbar. He's very friendly. another one with a tech walkie-talkie. Right, so if I can get in the line of sight of this one, like so, I can bring him over. See, we're now just bringing one over. Just thinning out the crowd a little bit, so that we stand a chance of actually taking on the others and surviving. Now I'm hungry and thirsty, which isn't a good sign, because all of that is going to... I'm going to nick your wallet! Because all of that means I'm a reduced fighting capacity. So I'm going to be on the van. We're going to drink from our supply. Drink, there we go. I haven't really looked into it a lot, but what you can do with the electronic skill is quite interesting. Some of the bits and bobs that you can do are create devices that distract the zombies and then blow up. It sounds really cool, but obviously the problem with that kind of a skill is it doesn't feed you at all, if you see what I mean. Right, so we're not so hungry. Right, so it's now 4. So if I can attract the attention of that one, so I've edged in. I'm attracting one zombie over, and that means there's only 3 left for me to defeat. Now I can actually defeat them using the techniques that I've demonstrated. Red Digit Watch. Again, reading magazines. Alright, so let's see if we can drag this one over here. The bandage on his head. Here he comes. Hello. Oh, you've got something sticking out, are you? That could be useful. It's a bread knife, I bet. No, it's a kitchen knife. That is useful. We're definitely having that. Right, so now we've got one more coming our way. Can be a bit more confident with moving forward because we've thinned out all of the zombies. And eat some of that. There we go, job done. Now we could take the hoodie. That'll keep us warm. Actually, I'll take some of these clothes. Actually, so hopefully, I can then demonstrate something to do with the tailoring skills. Right. Okay. So this, I think, is the bunch that I want. Now you can use fences to your advantage. If a zombie has to climb over a fence to get to you, they will fall over it. Now you may say that that's not particularly useful, but what it actually does, it means they're vulnerable on the ground for a few seconds whilst their head is facing down on the floor. And that means that you have a really, really short space of time in which you can insta-kill them with a one hit. I don't think my character's there either. We are running out of time as well. Right, so that one's seen us, so we'll take that one on. Again, it's about thinning out the crowd. There he comes. You can see the trees rattling. I just killed John McClane. Now, I think you need a pair of scissors to get fabric. I think there might be a magazine or two that I don't have. But I'll just stockpile some clothes. Could be useful. Right, well this lot are a bit boring, aren't they? Alright, so that's 2. Might be a bit further up. I thought my character died in the vicinity, that's for sure, so I'm just looking for a character with a duffel bag on her back. Come on, yeah. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. There he goes. I was going to say I just killed a bloke wearing tights. Just take that on the lumberjack shirt because they're clean. Like I say, I'm hoping to get some fabric out of that. I think I've got some scissors. How many hits does this guy want to take? Right, so let's move up. Oh, there's a few there. Ah, this is the group. Yeah. It's not a thought I want to dwell on, let's face it. Was a bit weak. Character's getting tired, character's getting hungry. Right, so it's that character there. Oh god, there's more of them turning up. It's like, how much worse can this get? There's like 15 of them. I'm getting my old gear back, whether you like it or not. Gonna stand on the chest. Take that. Okay, this is... Oh, screwdriver. Hello, screwdriver, thank you very much. Now, if I can attract the one that I want, rather than the ones that I don't want. Oh, look, you can see the lines in the map, all the different, all the squares. Oh. I've got a crawler. It's getting dark. This is bad. There's too many. What I will do is I will go eat, I will go drink, and I will sleep on it. As I've been around this area and I've cleared it up a bit, I should be good to sleep in just about any of these houses that I like, within reason. Because you bet your bottom dollar if I don't sleep in one that I've already been in. Oh, I'm just going to eat some beef jerky. Uh-oh. Stop disturbing me when I'm eating. No, don't do that, you stupid idiot. Drink. Why can't I drink from it? Oh, it's a bloody fence there, that's why I can't see anything. Hopefully. Oh, seriously? I've not been in that house before? Okay, in that case, we're not going in that house now. I'm gonna run back down here and sleep in one of these houses down here where I know there's not very many zombies. I know I've been in this first house because the door's open. The windows are still intact. And the question is that actually a bedroom? Sleep, yeah. It's still bloody daylight. It's dark, isn't it? Right. I'm just going to wait that out until that becomes daylight. Ah, okay. Empty jar, empty lids. Useful for pickling. This is somebody's... okay, cool. We'll grab those as well. Yes, they will attack you. They will dive in through the windows. And it will be a very unfortunate day for you when that happens. I'm just going to speed up time so it becomes daylight. Whilst I read this book, I can always grab stuff to eat and drink because I've got some with me. There might actually still be water in the taps in this property because it doesn't just disappear. There's a certain amount that's stored. But I actually want some to fight in some daylight. Right. Yeah, the other thing is I actually tried to sleep outside once, and character, even though it was like summer, the character died from exposure. Ah, Freddy Underpants. Fantastic. Right, so you can see that I actually slept in that room. And that zombie was in there this morning. That's obviously what woke me up. We obviously heard that zombie shifting around. That close to being attacked. And being caught out. That's terrifying. Alright, we need some food out of our van. And then we can continue the fight for our old stash of gear. I'm determined to get it back. Canned beans. Let's open some canned beans and eat that. Temperature is becoming more of a thing, has to be said. So, if things go really pear-shaped during this fight, or I pull too many zombies, I can at least run back to me car. There's a zombie up here in the fenced-off area. There it is. Look. In fact, there's several, and they know that I'm here. Right. So. Stand on them and kill both of them at once. Fantastic. That's what you want to do. Right. Where's my old character? Come to me. I'm going to have that bag off your back. Quick check, make sure I'm not being followed. Ah, still there, look. Notice that the one's just fallen over. Yeah, 2 for 1 special. Bog off, buy one, get one free. Or buy one, get killed, 2 kills free. Oh, mistimed that quite badly. Right, come on, next one. I did actually pull one, there we go. It's never the one that you want. You know the one that I want to kill is going to be the very, very last one. Oh, I've got 2. Look, this one's coming. Cowboy's coming to join the party. Hey, Cowboy. It's Woody. Oh my god, they got Woody. So, yeah, I think it's fair that my character's tired. Oh, there's a couple of these down there. I've got 2 coming. Hopefully I won't end up fighting off 4, because now that I'm tired. Yeah. Buzz Lightyear's safe. That's the main thing. No one cares about Woody. Ah, you guys look like you're wearing warm clothes. Nice hoodie. Oh, that's useful. And 2 down. Fantastic. That's what you want. There's 3 over there. 4, and another one sitting down. This is turning into a bit of a slaughter, isn't it? Really. Oh, that's bad. Let's just give ourselves a little bit of room here. Right, that leaves me focus on that one for a minute. And another 2 for 1 special. Someone's out in their sports equipment. Right, so hopefully that means we're not going to get too many visitors from this left-hand side, just maybe that 1. Which means we've got 3 now to take care of up here. Oh, that's useful. Ah, finally! There she is. My character that was also previously called West Point. Come to me, come on. You've got things that I need. Huh, there we go. Right, so she has an axe, a can opener, some cockroaches, always useful, red watch, a screwdriver, some thread, a keyring, a barrel. So we're going to snag that into there. I'm going to put the duffel bag on the floor because the duffel bag's going to have stuff in it. And the duffel bag had, oh, quite a bit in it. Look at that. We'll loot all of that. Apparently I can't. Alright, okay, fine. In that case, we will just pick up the duffel bag. Grab the duffel bag. Can I do that now? No. There's first aid kit and all sorts in there. Right, we'll use the van. We'll bring the van up. I'll unload stuff into the van from my backpack, and then I should be able to take everything from there, and then we can wrap up for the day. Get back to the base, and job's a good one. Let's see what we can fit in the back of the van to start off with. Let's just select all, unselect the things that I want to keep in this bag, like my hammer, my foraging book, my meat cleaver, my lighter, one screw, oh for God's sakes, put those in. Uh-oh. Hello, you visiting? Again, you're here to meet my good friend Mr. Crowbar. Mr. Bar, say hello. Ah, paper clips, useful. Lumberjack shirts, premium text, hoodie, garbage bag, giant bowl, cockroach cigarettes, can open, digital bag of jeans. So if you can get all of that in there, that would be fantastic. I'm pretty sure most of this is duplicates, but right, so I don't think she actually had anything on her keys, did she? If I put that in my main inventory, it becomes there, nothing in it. Okay, fine. Because they're the same character, I wonder if they realise, or it realises what's going on. Right, let's get in the car. Time to do some donuts in the snow. Someone else who wants to say hello to Mr. Crowbar? Right, now where did I leave that duffel bag? Ah, there he is. Right. Not so fast. That's completely the wrong place. Earbuds, the razor. No, the razor's kind of useful. Yeah, sure. Let me have a look. Just let me get into the semi-safety of a van. Right, so my info is here: hard of hearing as a negative trait, slow reader. Then I've got outdoorsman, wakeful, inconspicuous, light eater, thick-skinned, out of shape, and underweight. Skills are like this. So I'm level 5 strength, level 4 fitness. Sprinting is not even level 2. Light-footed, not even level 2, it's level 1. Nimble, not really done. Sneaking, long blood. So it's not a very in-depth character at the moment. Health is okay. Protection. There's work that I can do there. I've got nothing around my abdomen apparently. I need to get really could do with some gloves. I've got something wrong with my left upper arm. I've got nothing on my left upper arm. So tailoring, I guess, comes into that. So I've got protection on my feet and my head. But the rest of it looks like really bad. And obviously temperature is temperature. I'm a bit chilly. But then that's indicated by this. What else did you want to see? Just tab. Anything else? So you've got recipes and you've got VHS tapes, CDs, all the skill books. I wonder if you can learn off of home VHS. Oh, right, okay. So survive for 24 days, 6 hours. So yeah, about a month. Killed 260 zombies with a crowbar. Well, at least that's my favourite weapon. Right, let's turn the heater on. There we go. And away we go, because we now have looted everything from our old stash house. I think that I'm going in the wrong direction as well. Let's just check the map. It looks so much different in the snow. I think I'm actually going up this road here. I think that's wrong. I think I need to come back and come down. There's a fence there, isn't there? Which I reckon is that one just there. So I am going in the wrong direction. I've been wondering that. Yeah, one of the characters that I had previously, before they became really good at foraging and trapping and other bits and pieces like that could feed themselves, they were underweight all of the time. However, when I did overfeed them and I kept them well fed and all the rest of it, the trait went away. So it might be that you're right. That if you take the trait underweight, that you can get rid of it by overfeeding the character. I haven't tried, but it has happened, if you see what I mean. But it wasn't a fixed trait, it was one of the other traits that you get. So I'll show you in a minute. Thankfully I haven't been bitten this week. I did really well fighting. Doing my best to avoid zombies and therefore damaging my beautiful vehicle. My beautiful Spiffo van. Oh god, there's an alarm going off. I'm glad that I was in the car when that happened. It's the problem with collecting loads of watches. Some of them have alarms set. Right, so we're very hungry, very tired. That's okay. We have a new fresh supply of food. I get the feeling I've just taken a wrong turning. Yep, I haven't been up here before. I've gone the wrong way. That's like, oh! It's done my car no good. It's this one just there. God, the alarm stopped. At least there's no zombies around to hear it. And there we are. Home sweet home. Yeah. Right, so with negative traits, and this is something that you can do, if you take short-sighted, you can correct it by wearing glasses. But if you take something like deaf, like I have, or hard of hearing, like I have on my character, I don't think you can find such a thing as a hearing aid. So yeah, some of the negative traits you can circumvent with at least clothing or an item that can help you. So like see again, or see clearer again. But underweight, because underweight is, because underweight is one of my fixed traits, I'm not entirely sure you can get rid of it. Maybe you can. I don't know. It's like one of those ones. It's like I was always underweight anyway. So should I take it as a negative trait because that's always the case, and I'm always playing with a character that's underweight, or is it a case of the character becomes not just underweight but very underweight because there are two of them? So let's take a quick look at the traits. Let's quit out there because that's it for today's character playthrough. So let's have a look at the creating a new game. So if we do a solo game, we'll do builder. Doesn't really matter. So you start off with 8 points to spend, and right, there you go. The Just Tab's got the answer for you there, Tom. So I take outdoorsman, wakeful, a light eater, inconspicuous. What else did I have? I had something else. Blah 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 blah. It's not lucky. It was one of those, but I now have to, because I've taken lots of positive traits. I now have to offload that with negative traits. So I then usually go for slow reader, which is -2 points. I mean, here you could go for short-sighted and then correct it with glasses. So, but I went for slow reader. What else did I go for? I had another negative trait, didn't I? It's really difficult. So underweight would get you a +6 bonus. Now, if you could get rid of it, like Just Tab says, if you get your weight over 70 kilograms, and my character's 68, from what I remember, from just seeing. But then you've also got things like very underweight. So you start off very underweight, which means you need to feed your character up to get rid of that as a negative trait. Plus it also affects your fitness, and they both do. So very underweight affects your fitness by -2, and underweight affects it by 1. Now if you're in have the ability to, as you say, eat a lot of food, then you could get rid of that, and then you wouldn't have that as a negative trait. So that's not a bad idea. Certainly something you could look into. So I had hard of hearing. So hard of hearing gives me a -4, which gives me an extra 2 for something that I normally take. And there ain't a lot of that. I know I've maybe I just went with that. No, and I've got a trait where you've got quite a few, and I actually have taken underweight previously. Disorganised, hard of hearing, all thumbs and slow reader, so that I can get all of the decent ones that you can get. So you've got thick-skinned, low thirst, light eater, inconspicuous, wakeful and outdoorsman. The thick-skinned obviously helps you from taking scratches and bites and damage, but disorganised means container capacities are reduced. Hard of hearing, I've been playing with hard of hearing anyway. Like I say, there aren't any hearing aids or anything like that, so you could swap that out for a short-sighted. Slow reader, I've been playing with slow reader as well. You can read books, and you don't start from the start. You actually start from where you left off, so you can read them over a period of time. I felt that was quite a useful one to do. But if you can actually, like, if what Just Tab says, you can, because I know you can adjust that, and I know I have done it myself. You could go for underweight and then get rid of it by feeding your character up, if that's something that you know you're going to be able to do if you start off with a large amount of food. But it's also a case of if your character doesn't eat enough, that they could still technically starve to death, because they're very underweight. But obviously being underweight affects how much damage you can do to a zombie with a weapon, so it's horses for courses, as it always is. But yeah, so there we go. And that brings us to an end of our live stream this week. Thank you very much for all of those people who have got onto the chat and joined me for this week. So that's Tolmark Greybeard, Just Tab, Super Tone Man, and obviously Senator, where are you? You were there. Senator Abby Strong. There we go. Thank you all of you for getting on chat and saying hi. Until next week, I hope you have a really good week. But until then, don't forget, like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and donate at Patreon. Share the Savvy Gadgetz love. And you're very welcome, gentlemen, ladies. I hope you have a good week. Thank you very much for coming and joining.